Mom doesn't believe that furry monster is living in her daughter's room. Turns out to be a cute animal. Caitlyn Burch and her husband love their two daughters, who are aged 9 and 6, very much. The couple would do anything to protect their daughters from the harsh world, and this is why it should come as no surprise that Caitlyn and her husband got scared when their little daughters told them that a furry monster is running around their room. The worst thing about this is that the parents didn't believe the girls at first, and the furry monster got to sleep in their room for one more night. Caitlyn Burch has a loving family and her life is great. Her husband is always by her side and her time is always filled with lots of activities that involve having fun with her two daughters. However, the fun ended when one of Caitlyn's daughters said that a weird creature was running around her room. "She showed us with her hands the size of it and said it was fluffy," said Caitlyn Burch. Without wasting any more time, the worried mother decided to go and check out the girl's room and search for the fluffy creature. Caitlyn started looking around the room and she couldn't find any weird creature. This is when she figured that her daughter probably had a bad dream and that the fluffy creature was never in her room. After ruling it to be a simple bad dream, Caitlyn reassured her daughter that everything is fine and that she and her sister can sleep without any worries. Unfortunately, Caitlyn was wrong all along. Caitlyn says that one of her daughters woke up in the middle of the night and she called her dad over to her room because the fluffy creature wouldn't let her sleep. The dad was infuriated and he rushed straight to the room. The dad turned on the lights and he couldn't believe his eyes. His daughter was right all along and a weird creature was indeed sleeping inside her room. The weird creature was not any kind of monster, and instead it was a friendly possum. The opossum was just looking for a place to sleep, and he didn't mean anyone harm. The dad was impressed by how sneaky the possum was, because neither he nor Caitlyn could spot him when they searched through the room during the day. The opossum must have been sleeping while that was going on. Fortunately, the little intruder didn't cause any trouble when the dad picked him up to take him outside. The opossum knew that he didn't belong in the girls' room and stayed quiet as he was being picked up. Caitlyn said that she is now going to believe her daughters whenever they say that something is moving in their room. Not just that, but she said that if only she knew about the opossum, that she and her family would be staying at a hotel until it was removed from her house. The funniest thing about the possum is that he wouldn't leave the surroundings. The little fella got used to the neighborhood and instead of running away, he decided to climb the neighbor's tree. One of the best things to come out of this entire ordeal is that the little girls didn't get scared by the opossum, and they actually liked it so much that they asked their parents to buy them a stuffed toy of a possum. This is the toy that the little girls got for their bravery. It's great to see that they didn't get scared and instead they liked having the opossum around. These are some really brave girls and there is no doubt about that. If one thing is certain, then it has to be the fact that Caitlyn is going to close all windows before going to sleep. She doesn't want to have any other animals sneaking inside her house late at night. The story of the possum reminds us of another story about a friendly grandma who decided to adopt 3 stray kittens. Little did she know, one of the kittens was different to the others. Eric Hartlane is the nephew of the woman, and he says that one day she called him over to see her new cats. The nephew was enthusiastic, and he brought over his camera to take a couple of pictures with them. As Eric was taking pictures, he noticed that one of the stray cats was not like the others. The grandma actually adopted 2 stray cats and an opossum. The grandma was shocked to find out that one of her newly adopted pets was actually an opossum. To make things even more hilarious, the grandma named him Tete and was growing quite fond of him. The grandma said that if Tete doesn't want to leave the comfort of her house, that she's gonna keep him as her pet. You can be sure that the opossum is going to have lots of fun playing with the woman's cats. If there is something that we can take from these 2 stories about opossums, then it would have to be the fact that opossums are clever and that they are quite skilled when it comes to finding a place to sleep.